if you can get something, Mike.
All right, it is 6 o'clock. We will call the January meeting to order. We do have a quorum present. I assume we have no one signed up to speak in the open forum. So item C, review, discuss questions related to the budget report and financial statement for December 2024.
Well, you're lucky because we haven't spent much money. All right, I'm not sure that we spent any, there was some marketing stuff that we purchased that we were running low on, changed a few little things. I'm gonna put together a little package for you guys for your next meeting of show you what the stuff that we're giving out and all that good kind of stuff. It's been a holiday, very slow going, not much is taking place, so there's really not much to go over. I'll take any questions that you may have, but
Aaron, does it spend as much as Molly?
no, Aaron, I think Aaron knows the definition of budget.
You don't think he knows the definition of budget?
I
You don't think he knows the?
think he
Oh,
does.
you think he-
Molly knew, Molly just didn't care. She was looking for results. And she did well.
All right, any questions? All right, item 2, discuss, consider possible action on the November 24 meeting minutes.
Move to approve November 2024 meeting minutes.
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Right.
It's unanimous. Item number 3, discuss a reimbursement request by Runville Properties, Inc. for projects at 204 North Main and 207 North Main.
I put a short memo in your packet of a potential 380 agreement and both Robbie and Dusty Rumfield are present. There's 2 projects going on downtown. One has already started going vertical. It's going to be a building similar to what we have across the street, similar in size. It's kind of have some resident or some retail revenue generation. And they have put in a request to help with some expenses with parking and sidewalks, and some of the excavation engineering services attributed to those. And I will tell you that part of this, and I encourage them to consider this a request. A lot of the stuff they had to deal with were drainage issues, and we had to overcome some running water and runoff water and dealing with some of that stuff. And we had to do probably a considerable amount more excavation and engineering to deal with those, to get the sidewalks and to get the parking lot where they're not underwater. And so those are things that we have contributed to in the past. And so they have put this request in. It would be done as a 380 agreement. I would recommend that we separate, do one for each building just to help keep it neat. And then usually what we've done in the past were reimbursements that once they've completed the work, they can submit the paperwork and then y'all would reimburse them at. They haven't asked for any sales tax rebates. They haven't asked for any property tax rebates, just for help on some of this work that was, the scope was a little bigger because we had to take care of the water issues. As you all know, there's no storm drains downtown. So anytime we build something, we have to deal with that water, and that comes at a cost. Financially, you are in a good spot to take this on, this assistance. And I believe some of this work is already done. I'll let Robbie and Dusty speak to that, but Aaron and I have gone through this and believe that this falls right in line with our mission of developing downtown and helping incentivize. They have a large investment downtown already, and they're fixing to add several million more to it. And so staff's recommendation is that we enter into this agreement. And I'll be happy to answer whatever questions you have, or Robbie probably is better at answering them than me.
So 207, is this,
Huh?
is this a single unit or?
207?
Mhm,
207, sorry.
Are the numbers the same?
that one,
Yeah, it's a single unit. It is a retail center.
retail,
For
okay.
Jackson to bring in a somewhat of a high-end boutique. They do online and they have a retail store as well.
You have somebody in mind already? Okay, and what about for the other one?
We got a couple that we're working on, both are retail. We will hopefully have that finalized here pretty quick, but
They added our
Okay.
fees.
And this one's how, the other 204 is how many?
4 unit.
4.
4 units, potentially, probably just to be 2, that's what we're looking at now, just having it taken.
Okay.
No restaurants, nothing in that sector, not even in any, pre-strapped or anything like that built into it. As you see, even your PD, when we brought it to PD, was, proposed as a retail
So
center.
we have this, we have
So that's
this.
kind of what
Oh,
we're
we don't,
protecting.
yeah. We got these
These five
two.
sets of the.
This is
infrastructure
added,
work
this is
that we've
added.
already done was was a manhole that was required by Jason. And to bring up some of that infrastructure, so that was one of the hardships that we had to overcome. So we brought the one on 207 over to 204, and to create that manhole. So that was a unforeseen cost that we were kind of helping open for maybe Jason, maybe the city to bring on. Again, because that's future witness for potential other
204, 62,
businesses coming in that's gonna help clean up some
so
of
that's
that.
not, they just added these.
And then again, if you see some of the, I put a little formula together for you in front of you. Not exactly the formula, but a budget sheet. You can see on the bottom half of that where we have already put together, I think, getting close to that, or if not half of what we're asking for. You can see the general contracting Dusty and I are taking care of for Rumpville Properties. Some of the tap fees that were included, not tap fees, but some of the stuff that was included from Jason, we've already taken care of. All the civil work, hydro studies, and permitting, we've taken care of. Some of the permitting fees and development fees through the city, we've already taken care of as well. So what we're asking for is the last bit of, I believe, is just some of the infrastructure, which is the concrete, like we spoke about, Mike spoke about earlier, which was, and again, and all the parking there is, communal parking is city's property, so rightfully so. I mean, it will not be ours. I mean, we can't control it, we can't maintain it, but this is the way to get that back. And you can see we're kind of splitting some of that cost.
I'll also remind you guys, this would be the second 380 that we've done. We did one for the parking lot back here. That's paid for. So the agreements that we've done with Brumfeld in the past have all been fine. So like I said, they've got a large investment down here and the buildings look very nice. These next two are going to be equally as nice. I think it's going to be a good addition downtown.
Questions?
The $6,000 difference between 204 and 207.
Starter span. If you see
Okay.
this, if you look at 207, and again, 207 is a wider unit, about 100 feet, I believe, and then 100 feet on 204. I don't know which one you're looking at, but you can see there's just a larger concrete base. Yeah, correct.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is the lot line. Those are within 5 feet of what that lot line is, so that's why that one's a little more.
Any other questions? Do you need these separated out for any, or it's just one?
You can do one motion, but you may want to put a dollar amount in each one.
Okay,
Yeah, I thought we'll get, if approved, I'll get Terry to draw up the development agreements. His recommendation was that we do them individually separate. The motion can be all one, but we'll do 2 different agreements for each address.
and this is,
Infrastructure for the sewer has already been taken care of. Day services have already taken care of that. That's been permitted and inspected through days. So that's already up and running. And so
You had to bore under the roadway too,
we
didn't
had a bore underneath the road to get to that infrastructure's been taken care
I'm
of.
sorry.
Just getting through that portion now that we have their sign off, which was last week, and we had a little bit of freeze, so now we're going forward with 204, the single unit. That concrete should be completed here within a week or two. Then, as we move across the street and get the erection up on the building, we'll continue forward with the, parking.
If I may on this, we don't need a motion for this item, just direction to staff to prepare the 380s and bring back for approval.
Got it.
Yeah, if y'all are good with it, then we'll get it. The next agenda, we'll have the contracts done, signed, and for y'all to wait.
That was it, was wanting to move ahead with drawing everything up and taking a look at it from our perspective. And
I didn't hear
Any
you.
objections to that?
if I understood you right, what you're saying is what you're looking for is a motion to move ahead with drawing a contract for reimbursement.
Correct.
Yeah, I would make a motion to that end.
So we don't need a
Oh,
motion
actually,
for
we-
that.
no,
We're
I'm sorry.
Directing them to
No.
do that.
We don't need a motion. We just
There we
need,
go.
I think
yes,
we're all in
you're
line with
on board with the 380. We'll get it drawn up,
Yeah,
get a copy to them, and next month we'll do the official thing.
Yeah, very good. All right, thank you.
Robbie, if you'll give me a holler tomorrow, we'll get with Terry and we'll get the paperwork started.
I'll know whatever information we have.
I think I've got most of it, but he may need something else. If he needs it, we'll get with you and get it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank y'all.
Item number 4, discussion on updates from the city manager.
Well, Taco Bell is open. I hope you've all been over and spent money. I know I have a few times. Whataburger, if you haven't noticed, has semi-broken ground. They've got silt fence up and got things marked off, so they're getting ready to start turning dirt. I believe, is that?
Yes, sir.
All right. And the other thing that, one of the things that Molly was working on, with the Burger King and repurposing that building, that deal is kind of falling through, so there's no activity going on there. And the other thing, it looks like, I haven't heard if the developer who's proposing the big development in Joshua Station, the multi-purpose retail residential unit. I don't, have they closed on the last piece of land yet?
Not until February.
Okay,
Yeah, they're planning on closing in February, so in February, there'll be a 380 agreement.
so they're still moving forward. That's a size large development. I think, was it 40 million, something like that? 70 million. It's a-
That was one we had discussed previously, correct?
Yeah, on the property that y'all own where the
Okay.
mobile home park was. So that's just still working. They're just, they pushed back that closing date on the property, but they've got all the deals cut and they feel pretty firm about that. Yes, sir.
And the car wash opened up today.
Car wash started taking, they're actually looking for cars to wash. I talked to Jimmy this morning a little bit, then he was up here. I think he's trying to get a temporary CO to start. They want to start doing free car washes, making sure everything works right. And they like to do a few day trial
Run that
basis.
brand new car through there.
So
But make sure it works well before I drive through it.
you got a new Cadillac to wash? Yeah, I bet it'll do great.
First one to run through there.
Yes, sir. We've already had discussions about who's gonna wash that car.
Uh-oh. Well, I've been using one in Burleson, one of those. There's monthly, you can buy a monthly membership. You can go in there every day if you want to. I go to this Clearwater in Burleson. I drive through it. When I go get mine done, I go through it twice. And then I go start drying it off. They just laugh at me when I come through. I just hate having a dirty vehicle, but we're also working on a deal with him for city vehicles. That we can get a monthly rate for them to keep police cars and some of the others cleaned up while they're working. So it'll be good. It looks like very nice. I hadn't been through it. If it's like the one, actually, it's got more equipment than the one in Burleson is really nice. It does a really good job. And it's got a polishing deal at the end of it. This one does that. When you come through, it'll, they say they spray the wash and wax and all that. This actually polishes it in while it's drying it off. So it's gonna be fun to try that out too. So I expect in the next few days, they'll be opened up, ready to go once they get through all their inspections and are they through all that? Have y'all done anything over there yet?
Not yet.
Okay,
He just submitted the application earlier today, so
okay.
the next day or two.
So hopefully in the next week or so, they'll be up and running and.
Do we have a Molly replacement yet?
I read through resumes and applications this morning, and then early part of the afternoon, I have selected 4. 3 to interview. There's one good backup who's in Kansas, somewhere in Kansas. Olathe, I believe, is where he is, who has, quite a bit of experience. None of them are certified. One of them is in the process, and there's a couple who have marketing backgrounds that look like they would be very good. And so I'm gonna look at those. I'd like to get somebody from this board to sit in on the interviews. To kind of look at, and I can get y'all copies of their resumes if y'all'd like to look over those. Be happy to do that for you too. And then get, one of them is, probably the one that I think is the most impressive. She works at the school right now. She has a master's degree in marketing. Wants to come out of the school environment and, EDC largely is marketing the community. And so I think that there's a couple of them that have marketing backgrounds. I think they're certainly worthy of an interview to at least hear their ideas and thoughts. And, but I'd be happy for one of y'all to, however many of y'all want. Obviously, any finalists we do, we'll bring them in here, give y'all a chance to talk to them, and y'all can all ask questions of them then if you like. It'll be up to you. Just tell me how you want to do it, and we'll do it.
Pretty fluid schedule, so.
You're the volunteer.
Do y'all want to see the resumes?
Yes.
We can get them emailed out to you and y'all can read over them, take a look at them. We got quite a few that, I think there's one guy who's a building inspector that applied. There's another one who's a home builder that applied, and we've gotten quite a few applications but if they've had, we kind of set aside any that have there's one guy that's got a lot of planning background, which helps. I think that's largely related with economic development. So, and we're trying to find one that can work with Aaron. Like Aaron and Molly work real well together on stuff, and I'll have Aaron in on the interviews also. And I don't want to overwhelm them with people, but obviously we'll have Brittany, myself, Aaron, 1 or 2 of y'all, however many you want to be on there. And Amber may choose to set in too. She always brings good questions to the table too. So, but I think I told Brittany today to start setting up interviews with the 3 that I think are they're worth some time to visit with. All of them have some experience, but will they be as Molly was very effective. She just economic development. I'm surprised that she brought anything into the city in the length of time she was here, and she brought 3 or 4 really good projects. Worth Steel was very good. She brought in. She worked very hard on Taco Bell. She worked very hard on Whataburger, and Whataburger, like I say, for years has been the request. When it comes, I want them to put a big sign out there that says "Now coming Whataburger," so people will see it. A lot of them have give up on it, as I did. I told them I don't hear any more about it till they start turning dirt. So when they told me they had, I drove out there just to see the silk fence.
Yeah, let us know whenever you get the interview scheduled, and then just depending on the timing.
Who do you want, if you want to decide here who sets in, that way I can make sure we can get with their schedule too.
I don't want you to organize it around my schedule, but I mean, depending on, I don't think it needs to be any more than 2 people. I mean, if there's 2 people that are very interested in going, then I'm happy to sit out, but so I'm not gonna fight you for it. So.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to fight.
That's the paper.
We can,
right there.
I don't want you to misunderstand. I would like to have your input. Y'all are gonna get a chance to talk to them anyway. As a board, we're gonna bring them in
Yeah,
here.
I would like to participate. My schedule is just a little bit chaotic,
and
so I
so
don't want you
if-
trying to schedule it around
if-
mine.
If you want, if you want us to narrow it down with a recommendation and bring that person, we can, or if you want us to I'll bring all three of them if that's what you want to do. However you want to do it, y'all can all ask them questions then.
I think that would be awkward.
It would be a scheduling issue. and-
Simultaneously.
This is your
Not a-
panel interview.
I'm not a huge fan of that. You know, Dallas is doing that with the city manager and they brought all three of them in, same big room and brought all these people in to talk to them. And I don't really care for that atmosphere, but I wouldn't have a problem scheduling a time for each of them to come in and visit with y'all if you, on the meeting day.
I have all of my dissertation in management, business management. I would have my doctorate degree, but I didn't have money to stick it out another 6 months to get
I
my
hear you.
doctorate degree.
If nobody else available.
So there's our two.
But
Easily and Dick.
David and.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll get the stuff, I'll send the resumes out to all of y'all. I'll get with y'all about your schedules and we'll find out which is easier for you and we'll get them done.
Get her done.
They're from, I mean, are they, I know you said one guy's in Kansas. Are the other people local?
The other three, the three that I want to interview are local. The guy from Kansas is the fourth. If we don't settle on one of these three, then we'll start another round and we can talk to that person. Probably do his initial interview by Zoom, rather than flying down here. He went to school at A&M down here, not College Station, but one of the A&M campuses. He went to school there. So he has some roots here, but he currently lives in Kansas.
You went to A&M Commerce, I booked for it.
I think it was that one. I don't remember which one it was, but that doesn't sound right. But yeah, we'll get those. Typically what we do is schedule them all on one day. We'll bring in lunch and bring them all in and get them all knocked out in one day. If we can do it that way, we don't tie you up any more than we may have to. Okay.
Any
And
other
if you-
questions for?
Shelley, if you want to set in on them, if your schedule works out, I don't think it's a problem to have one more person. So if you wanted to come,
Let me know once
Feel
it's
free.
set, but don't schedule it around me.
Okay.
Cause it never works out. Any other questions for the city manager update? Right, item D, any future agenda items requested by directors to be on the next agenda? Nothing else, then at 6:24 we will adjourn. Thank you very much.